everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily if you are new, and I just want to say Happy New Year to you. I hope 2020 will be absolutely amazing for you and your families. So today's video is going to be winter DIYs. These are really simple, they're easy, and of course they're budget friendly. I'm using a lot of products mainly from the Dollar Tree, and then there's a couple from Walmart. So I hope that you guys will enjoy these ideas. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and let's go ahead and get started. So for the first DIY, I am using a foam tree from the craft section, and I use this just kind of as a template. That way I could freehand the rest. I didn't like the way the tree ends flipped up, so I just decided to kind of use it as a guideline for me and make it my own size. We are doing the old school crafting here, I feel like, but I basically just cut out the shape and made sure I left the center on there, and then you're gonna cut out 2 or 3 different size trees that you want. At least for me, I wanted one to be a little bit taller, one to be a little bit shorter. So once you get those cut out, then I'm gonna go in with this basically it's like a felt, but it's from Christmas time. You could use regular felt, you can use whatever color you want for this. This is just what I had on hand. I went ahead and made sure that it was folded over on one side, and then after doing one of those, I would need about 6 to 8 of those for one tree. So to make my life a little bit easier, I just did a long strip of the felt and then folded it on top of each other, and then basically just cut out the shape again, and then at the very top you'll just snip that off. So now I'm using these wooden dowels. You can pick these up at Dollar Tree or really any craft store or even Walmart. And you're just going to add a bead of hot glue and then add another piece of that on there, and then just press it on, and you're just basically going to layer these pieces in. I used between 6 and 8 for each tree. So like I said, this stuff was from Christmas time, so once I got that shaken out, it made a little bit of a mess, but it wasn't too bad. And I'm just going to repeat that process for the next tree. And if there's any stragglers, if you don't like the shape of something, you can always cut it off and adjust it. So don't worry about that part, but I feel like the jaggedy the edges were, it made it look more of like a natural tree. So for the first stand idea, I just took these Jenga blocks and glued them together, layering them in like you would a Jenga game. And then I just cut the tip of my dowel off, and then just for the adjusted height, then I added some hot glue. You can use E6000 for this. It's completely your choice, whatever you have on hand. I'm a big believer, whatever you have on hand, use. So I save a lot of my crafting supplies, and once you buy it, they really do last a long time. So I'm using these, what are these called? Popsicle sticks. They're the wider ones, and I wanted to use this. It comes in kind of like a 3-pack, I think, from Dollar Tree, this little round wooden ball. I think they're really awesome. They have a few different colors, but I wanted it to stay up straight. So I just added the popsicle sticks to 2 layers, and then I added some hot glue to press onto the wooden ball. And then I went ahead and just added glue around the tree stem and then added that in there. And then I'm taking this Waverly wax what is it, stained paint. It's basically paint, but it kind of goes on like stain, and I'm just brushing that on because I wanted it to be a little bit more on the stained side. And this is the way they came together, and I think they're really cute. You can let me know. I definitely need to make one more though. I think 3 trees would be really adorable, but you can make these however high or small you want. For the next project, I'm using a glass jar from Dollar Tree as well as their twine. They sell 2 different types of twine. One is more of a burlap twine, and this one's more of a cotton one. So it's lighter in color, and I thought they would look really good. I just wrapped that around, added a little bit of glue to hold that on there. And next I'm going to be using these pearl and crystals. Dollar Tree just came out with a set of pearls, which I think are amazing. They're really nice. They do have holes so you can string them along. I believe this stuff came from Michael's. It's really versatile. It's just wired with some crystals and stuff. You can use a ton of different products for this, but I thought this would be so pretty, especially for winter time, or if you want to do a wedding or something, it'd be really beautiful. For the next project, I am going to be using the wooden dowels again, and I didn't cut these down. I left these all the same size, and I basically made glued triangles together, and I'm going to be making 2 sets of those. And once you get the sets done, to give it a little bit more character, I'm adding a little bit of glue and then taking that twine again and using about an 8-inch strip of it and then just wrapping that around, and it gives it a little bit of character, and I did that to each end of the triangles. Now that all 6 edges have been twined, you're just going to add glue to make your star, or you can make a snowflake out of this. There's a lot of different ways you could do this project. And then again, I'm going to add more twine, and I'm going to wrap that around, just connecting the pieces a bit better, and I feel like it makes it look more vintagey looking, makes it look more old. I don't know, I really like it. This project, I mean, like I said, you could do this for really anything, but I just like the way it kind of came together. So for the base of this is being recycled from my Christmas decor. It's a foam block with white felt on it, and then I glued some greenery and some pine cones on top of it, and I had a wooden dowel in there from my previous project that I had from Christmas time. I'm adding some hot glue, and then I'm going to glue the star on here. Now I had to add a back support to this because by itself it wouldn't hold, and I think this came out really cute. For this DIY, I'm using this boom sign from Dollar Tree. The shape of it is really cool. It's actually a really good size. I removed the tag, and I really liked the color of the wood, but the tag just would not, the glue from it wouldn't disappear. So if any of you guys have any tricks for that, leave that down in the comments to help out everybody else. That way you don't have to paint this if you don't want to. Once I got that Waverly wax stain on, I just rubbed it off with a towel to give it a nice even look, and I'm using a chalk pen from Dollar Tree to write this on, just because I knew it would wipe off if I didn't like it, and as you can tell, I didn't quite center my cuddle part, but you can write whatever you'd like for this part. I thought cuddle weather was perfect because it's winter time, and then I took some regular acrylic white paint and then just highlighted each of those letters. Normally I use a printable, but this time I just freehanded it. Again, I'm going to be using those pearls, and these are so cute. I love the detail that they added, so I just added a little bead of glue on the bottom of them, and I'm just putting those right before the corners. Then I added 3 right where you would hang the sign from. And then I decided to add a snowflake just because it's wintertime, and I thought it needed a little bit more character to the sign. It was a little blah looking. If you do a writing on this, I think it'd be really pretty if it was more cursive. I've gotten told that you use print and cursive, and that's just the way I write normally, so I did my best to write all in one font for you guys on this. Now you could hang this sign, but I decided to add it to that base that I had for the last project, and I think it turned out really cute, especially with the trees beside it. I really love the way this sign came out. So for the next project, we're going to be making a winter wreath. You can buy a grapevine wreath from Walmart for $4. You can find these at Hobby Lobby. Dollar Tree does carry them, but theirs are a bit smaller, and I like the beefiness of this one. So I'm using some eucalyptus that I already had on hand, and this is from Walmart as well. Dollar Tree does carry some greenery, but you'll need more of it, so sometimes it's easier if you just use what you have on hand or buy from the local stores. This frosted greenery is from Hobby Lobby, and it's 79 cents when it's on sale. It's really cheap, and so I just snipped off a few of the ends here, and then I just tucking them in, layering them in into the eucalyptus. and I think it looks really pretty. Again, I want wintertime to be very natural and cozy, nothing too vibrant or loud. At least for me, that's the way I want it to be. I think it's a nice transition. And now I'm using this beanie. Dollar Tree has a ton of new beanies in, and you can pick out any color that you want. I actually thought I was going to use the gray on it, but instead I'm just going to cut off the gray of this beanie. That way you just see the fluffy, what is that, what is that stuff called? I can't think of the name of it right now. Sherpa lining? I think that's what it's called. So now that I had that, I decided it was going to be more of a bow shape, but I didn't like the way the end stuck off, and I knew if I cut this it would just fray, so I just decided to add a bead of hot glue and then tuck that on the back side. That way the Sherpa wouldn't fray everywhere and go crazy. So I just did that to the entire thing. I then decided to add it to the top of my wreath, and just using a little bit of hot glue, it will stay. And then I wanted it to be kind of pinched like a regular bow would look, so I just added some hot glue to kind of pinch it together and add a little bit of gathering to it. And then I took some Dollar Tree berries that they had. These are not the white ones. These ones are like more of a champagne color. They're white with a little bit of like a silver gold over them. They're really pretty. And then I layered those in. I took a couple pine cones and glued them on, and this is the way the wreath turned out, which I do like, but I'm not sure about the pine cones. So instead I switched out the pine cones, added in the cuddle weather sign to it, and then I put a snowflake from the Dollar Tree with one pine cone, and I think it looks really, really cute this way. You'll have to let me know, but this is my favorite project out of them all. The next project is really simple. You're going to pick up one of these little houses in the picture frame aisle. They have a few different sayings, and you're going to paint it whatever color you would want. I'm using Waverly chalk paint. I would normally spray this with paint, but it's way too cold outside for it to even stick. So I went ahead and did that, and it is the simplest way to decorate with small items without spending a lot for seasonal decor. So I hope you all have enjoyed these winter DIYs. Let me know which one is your favorite. If you are new here, make sure you are subscribed so I continue to inspire you through DIYs and decorating lifestyle videos. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching, and Happy New Year to you.